Okay guys, welcome back to another video. So today is going to be another walk around video, and as you can see today it's not mini related. So Audi S3, this car belongs to a good friend of mine actually, and I asked him if I could review his car and he said just fine. So it's been quite some time ago when I posted a walk around video. The weather was pretty crap here in the Netherlands, so right now it's November actually, but it's not that cold outside, so time for another walk around. Okay, well, this car, it has this specific Audi S3 actually has around 15,000 kilometers on the clock, so that's pretty much brand new. And we're gonna look at some of the features it has and why I think this is a serious contender for my next car. Not this specific car, but why a car like this has a lot of features that I would really like to see in my next car. Okay, well, what I also like about Audi's S3 is that it's pretty undercover. If you look at the RS3, which is just a bit wider, has the signature RS grille. This is just a basic, well, A3. It's a bit different from the A3, but it's really stealthy. Really like that. The wheels, okay, these wheels are not really stealthy at all. They're just S wheels and the S brakes. But the wheels, you have some options there when buying this car. And yeah, the rear, you can obviously debadge this car whatever you want. The only thing what gives it away is the quad exhaust pipes, which I think it's a bit exaggerated for a car like this. It's still a 4-cylinder. Okay, so this car has a lot of options on it. It's a 4-door car, like as you can see. This model has also been released with a 2-door version, but I would definitely go with the 4-door. Just one is better practicality, and two, a better resale value, especially here in the Netherlands. Okay, this car also has a sunroof, which I really love. There are a couple of things that this car does not have. One of them is the electric mirrors. This, yeah, I'm okay with that. Just the manual style mirrors. I'm fine with that. You can still just, and the button is over here, so you could still control that electronically. Also, this car does not have keyless entry. I have the fob right here, so just a basic Volkswagen or Audi key, like you've seen in different cars like the Skoda, the Seat, Audi or Volkswagen. Just have a look at this this nice interior. Beautiful seats, sporty seats. Just leather with this nice white stitching. Very nice. All the S cars have leather seats like these, so if you have an S car, they probably are pretty familiar to you. As to the rear seats, also very nice leather with the nice stitching. If I just go sit in it right here, my front seat is at my position, so as you can see, there's still some space here. It's obviously not as much as an Estate, for example, but it's a compact car, think about that. And the boot, don't mind my stuff over here, but yeah, it's a lot more than the Mini, obviously, but for a compact car, this is just, for me, it would be perfect. So, oh, first thing I want to do is pop the hood and show you the engine compartment. So guys, as you can see, pretty clean engine compartment. Like I said, this car is pretty much brand new. It's also fully stock. So 2-liter engine, 4-cylinder, turbocharged. The turbo is in the back right there, and it's pushing out 300 horsepower, which is stock, which I think is pretty nice for a car like this, and 380 Newton meters of torque. So the power is coupled to a Haldex 4-wheel drive quattro system. Haldex meaning this car is basically front wheel drive all the time, and when it loses traction it shifts a maximum of 50% of the power to the rear wheel. So it is a quattro system, but if you take tight corners with it, it will feel like a front wheel drive system. It has a tendency to understeer because it's a bit nose heavy. It's okay if you're not doing too crazy with it. In a straight line or from a traffic light, the system is awesome because you have no traction issues. Like I said, this is a Haldex system. If you look at the bigger Audis, the S4 and all the cars with the bigger engines, the V6 or the V8, they have a torsion diff quattro system, which is different than this one, because it has the ability to shift more than 50% of the power to the rear wheels. So at some point you could actually, you have more control. That is what the purists are actually preferring most of the times, than this quattro system. So just look at that interior, all very tight, very nice. I'm just gonna so very nice multimedia interface, air conditioning. This car is an automatic. You've probably seen the s-tronic badge already. And I think this is probably the best, just call it hybrid, between a manual transmission and a conventional torque converter transmission, because in everyday driving it's just a manual. You can see D for drive and S for sport, and in drive it's very it's perfect for daily driving. It could be a bit lazy, but you also have that with a lot of other automatics. So you can put it in sport, and I think it's a bit too sporty. For me, D is a bit too lazy and S is a bit too sporty. It just stays in the lower gear when you're driving in sport, and it stays there quite some time. So if you're coming at if you're coming at a traffic light and you want to have just a good getaway, just put it in sport, and whenever you've pulled away you could just put it back to D, and then it will be perfect like that. So if you want to drive automatic and not shift, you're gonna have to shift some between these two modes quite some time. That's something, yeah, I've discovered. This car also has, let's just put it in, right now it's in D or S. Right now it's in D, down here is S, down here D again. If you put it to the side, like with most cars, you have it in manual 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, also you could shift with the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. That's what I do most of the time, because it gives you just full control over the car. It gives you the pros of a manual. Besides, there's no clutch pedal, obviously, so that's maybe something you have to get used to. But you also get the pros of an automatic because it shifts super fast, a lot faster than typical automatics, and also then you can shift with your hand in a manual. So, okay, now you've seen the interior. I'm gonna give you some exhaust sounds, and I'm also taking you with me for a drive. So stay tuned.